What's good, everybody? Self-made job back with another video. So I've been trying to get a job for probably like 3 months now, and it's just been some of the most mind-numbing shit I've ever dealt with. So basically, I applied to Dunkin' a few weeks ago. I applied on, and it was just a nice automated, hey, we'll update you if you're a fit for the position. So I was like, okay, cool. So then, about I'll say like 2 or 3 days later, they send me an email to set up an interview that works for me. So I go, I put in the time slot, 11 a.m. So now I pick whatever day it was at the time. So I go in there on that day, and the manager is just simply not there. So now I'm just like, okay, can you just take my name and number and give it to the manager whenever he comes back? So now fast forward a few days, I don't hear nothing, so I end up calling them. So I asked to speak to the hiring manager. So whenever he comes to the phone, I put in the interview, like you guys sent me the link to, he just wasn't there, and he was just like, well, I never had an interview scheduled for that day or that time. So at that point, I just hang up, I get pissed off, and inspired me trying to make this video. It took me a little more time than I would have liked to, but that's what happens when you have to sit there and do day work because you can't get a regular 9 to 5 because they're just phantom jobs at this point, I assume. I spent a lot of time job hunting because I like to see the market, like see if my previous experience is paying like what I was being close to before, or to just try to experience something new and different so I can just add that to my resume and look like a more attractive hire. Which leads me into my next point. Like it's very understandable if there's multiple candidates like coming for an interview or whatever, but it's like if they're more qualified than me and get the job, like I am 100% cool with that, because sometimes I understand when people make videos like these, it just sounds like they're complaining about stuff or they're not trying hard enough. It is what it is, and not everybody's necessarily the same. Some people aren't lazy, some people just aren't getting the proper opportunity to show what they can do. And with that being said, I also feel like once you do get into a job, it's kind of hard to demonstrate like how good of work you are, because most of the time you're just making up for other people's slack, because people still feel like it's high school and it's a popularity contest, and just a lot of weird dynamics. Because I had a short stint at CVS, and that's all it was. It's like people would go in the back and just sleep on the conveyor belt. People would go about their day just walking around the store, just not being productive. So it's like it's hard to really demonstrate when those are all the people around you, because even when you do your job, it's like management still looks at everybody like you guys are not doing your job as a whole. Now, I did my section, but you just aren't happy with that, and I'm not gonna keep picking up everybody's slack every day. When I first started, I did, but like over the course of a week or two, that shit grew tiresome. Then people would just randomly decide to leave in the middle of their shift, just walk out, no explanation. And it would really all be worth it if people just decided to pay people what the job was worth. Like if I'm gonna have some bullshit experiences like this, and I'm gonna have to put in like overtime levels of work on a base 40-hour schedule just because people are slacking off, at least pay them. Don't lie to them. A lot of these jobs be advertising like, hey, we're paying $18 to $21 an hour, but really when you get in there, get the interview, get to talking to them, the job really be for like 13 to 15 if you have prior experience. And I feel like, that is cool if people want that or that helps people, but that's not moving the needle for me. I understand that it's something, but I would not want to work at CVS for $13 to $15 an hour, knowing that I'm going to be left overnight by myself with the expectation for me to face the whole store, take care of the customers, because it do be pretty busy at night. I will give CVS that. But most of the time, self-checkout, that shit goes down and doesn't work. Most of the time, I have to go and ring it so that when all the customers come, it stops me from being able to face the store or vacuum it or just clean it. And then I would always have to sign for deliveries and text my hiring manager for all the security codes to do the inventory when the shipments come in. It was just a lot of extra shit that I was only being paid $13 for. They have me doing assistant manager stuff. They have me doing shift supervisor stuff. So I just feel like for me to be doing 3 or 4 jobs for $13 an hour, if I stayed and did that, like, they are getting one hell of a deal. And if it was for a small mom and pop shop, like, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with being underpaid, knowing that I'm helping some good people, and we can actually care about each other from ownership to like employee level. But I feel like with these corporations, it's like, bro, you do not give a fuck about me. You just give a fuck that the store is all nice and pretty, and that everything's all stocked nice and neat, and everything is just done. It's like, you don't give a fuck about me, how my day went, how my mom's doing. You don't care about nothing like that. And I feel like that's the difference between a corporation and a small business. It's more like relatability from ownership down to the employees and the staff. I feel like it's a much more caring, like, beneficial relationship. And that's why I refuse to just work for these corporations where you got me doing 3 or 4 jobs, being super underpaid for it within my first week or 2 of being there. Anyways, I feel like I'm just rambling on a bit. So with that being said, that's been the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you next time.